zombie. I don't think he has a choice in that matter.
That's where it starts. I mean, it's a lethal intimidate attacker. So Brendan can't do anything that allows Kyle to go into the next turn with that card in play.
All right. So to do that, he can kill one rat and the Lifebane zombie, or he can just kill the Lifebane zombie. I think he wants to take the rat for free. He unfortunately does not have enough mana to kill both rats, and he can't kill everything. He does not have 11. So he can tap 7, or he can tap 3, right? If he's going to tap 7, he could play Nissa first and untap 4 lands and just get her out there.
Yeah.
If he does that, his only blocker will be Pelucranos, and he'll die to Mutavaults, though. Pack Rat plus Mutavaults will kill him. Right, because he's going to get 2 creatures off Dembinski's board.
So what are the alternate lines here? If you play Nissa and you untap 4, and if you play Nissa, untap 4 lands, just fight Lifebane, period. You have enough blockers on defense to maintain against the Mutavaults and the Pack Rats that are in play. And any Alpha Strike from Kyle's a little riskier because at minimum the Pelucranos is going to eat something.
Yeah, and I think this is the other line available is that Brandon can just activate the Pelucranos, killing a rat on the Lifebane, and then have Elvish Mystic on chump block duty. And this is a tough spot. All right, Brandon untaps here. We'll see where he can go. Remember, now there are 2 Obsidats in Kyle's hand, and another Mutavault was the draw.
Yeah, which is not a bad draw here from Kyle because I think ideally he would like to be able to cast the Obsidat in his hand. But anything that makes the Pack Rats more powerful is also really nice for him on the rebuild.
Yeah, he could just drop the Mutavault and make 2 Pack Rats. And I'm not sure Brandon can survive through that.
Or he can make 1 and leave the other Obsidat in his hand as an insurance policy in case he finds the mana and the inclination to cast it. So
Nykthos is the draw for Brandon, so he now has a ton of mana. Gonna go ahead and use that Nykthos. Cast Nissa Worldwaker. This is the first time we've gotten to see her in play. She's gonna go ahead and make a land into a 4/4. Kyle will have 5 attackers next turn if he wants it.
But this is kind of risky because if he attacks for, under lethal, is he just going to die on the way back?
Right. And Reclamation Sage also. Brandon just puts everything on the board.
I mean, attacking with the Pelucranos is safe here, but I don't really think Brandon can do very much beyond that.
Do you feel like Brandon's stabilized here?
Not quite. Because it's still like...
Kyle could just play Obsidat, blink it out, and say go.
Or how does he get to the point where he starts attacking is the problem. I mean, he's out of a hand right now. He can't attack now. It's unlikely he can attack next turn because it's only going to get worse from Kyle's going to just generate more and more larger rats. So...
What if Kyle makes a rat on step here, and then next turn just plays Obsidat and blinks it out? Can Brandon kill him? Because he has to. He'll die on the very next upkeep.
Not on the board. He can't win on the board.
Well,
Kyle's going to have multiple
like
blockers on defense and at 17, and Brandon's attackers are a couple large ones and a couple small ones, so Kyle can chump block as appropriate.
And remember, the 4/4s do have trample.
I think Kyle's trying to determine if he just wants to just make rats, period, end of sentence, and ignore this upset altogether. There's something attractive about that because there is a risk of playing upset saying go. Also, the rats only get better as you make more of them. Also, it frees up Kyle's mana just to be committed to making a rat and animating Mutavaults. So there's a pretty strong argument here to just say, all right, I'm going to just get rid of all this Obsidats altogether.
We should still bring up he doesn't have the mana to cast Obsidats yet. Remember, he is on triple Mutavault.
Right. So I think that if I'm in Kyle's spot, I'm just making 2 rats and saying we're not worrying about Obsidat this game.
With the mana, I feel like I would keep the Obsidat going. He drew that's certainly another rat. Drew Thoughtseize for the turn. And he's going to have to pass back. He's on this plan where I think he's trying to play Obsidat to drain the last 4 off.
Yeah.
Brandon's draw for the turn. And here's a test. Can the mono green deck, can he draw a Garruk, right? Something big, something that does something. Or even another Pelucranos would be good enough to win. Another Pelucranos, and I think he could monster sit for just about all the mana. And if you're Brandon, I think you start swinging something. But by something, I mean Pelucranos. You can't really swing anything else.
Well, I don't think you can take any half measures here. Like, I think that if you're committing to attacking, it has to be enough to compel some blocks. Because you just might die on the way back.
Yeah, it's Elvish Mystic go. Okay, so Brandon's just he's gonna stay put here. And Elspeth the draw for Kyle. His rats are only 3/3s right now.
It's a pretty good spot. They're all 3/3s and lethal attackers, so Kyle can play Elspeth minus and then force all sorts of chump blocks if he's feeling so inclined.
That's a really good one. Yeah, how fortunate that, so think back on this. If he had made the double pack rat play last turn, then this would be so much worse. Do you think was he playing around the top deck Elspeth?
I would be
gotta
surprised.
keep my rats at 3.
I think that Kyle's primary line of thought was, he probably can't beat Obsidat here, so I'll keep it left over.
Yeah, minus looks really appealing. Plussing it's not even bad, but I think it's going to be a minus. Yeah, he was going for 5, it looked like. Yeah, it looks like he's making room for more tokens, and that's perfectly reasonable too. Though I really like the minus line. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and kill things. Both lands and the Pelucranos.
And I like Kyle not attacking here since the house of cards collapses if Kyle sends an attack. Brandon could put 3 power in front of a rat, 2 power in front of a rat, 1 power in front of a rat.
Brandon is going to town here. He's started the turn by tapping this Nykthos. And now he's counting the cards in his deck. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited about it.
Is it Genesis Hydra?
I mean, Genesis Hydra can still only get one thing, right? So it's.
But it's still worth counting the deck.
Oh yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green mana. Untaps it down to 5, up to 12. Down to 10, up to 17. All right, what are we doing here? What is the call? If it's Genesis Hydra, you almost didn't want to do, I don't know, 17, 18,
I mean, if he's able
19, 20.
If he's able to Genesis Hydra into Hornet Queen.
That's what he's trying to do,
think
yeah.
so. I would suspect.
I believe this is a Hydra for 18, if I had it right. 10, 16. It's for 17. I was off. We're off by, oh, he didn't tap that last forest. Got it. Yeah, if he can find, I mean, I think it's Hornet Queen he's looking for.
Yeah.
All right. I'm starting to go back on this Genesis Hydra. I'm starting to think I like it.
Looks good here.
Did he find her? Did he find the queen of the insects? No, he did not.
I mean, Garrick is not a terrible consolation prize.
Wasn't he just dead?
Depends what he can find off this Garrick. I guess he can't generate enough chump blockers for the Mutavault at this point.
Yeah, I think he's just dead, right?
Yeah, because he's going to have six attackers and... Yeah.
He can plus Garrick to find creatures. Nissa can untap some. He can float mana, untap lands with Nissa, and maybe spam the board with creatures.
Sure, yeah, okay. That's totally reasonable then.
I don't know about tapping those Elvish Mystics. I'm not as big of a fan of that part of the game plan there. I would have liked to have kept the Elvish Mystics up. Yeah. But anyway, Kyle Dembinski, 2-0 is going to be victorious over Brandon Downs.
Yeah, and again, the power of discard and removal and pack rat against decks that are a little, a little fidgety, trying to get a shop set up here on demonstration again this round.